I'm trying to figure out some things because Facebook keeps giving you the option to go live and it automatically does it for you. However, it's not doing it, and so I'm having some challenges when I want it to go live. So I have to typically wait a few minutes and see what happens. Hi, Ophelia. Can you hear me clearly? Because I want to be sure. Let me turn down my music. But I want to be sure that you can hear me clearly as I prepare. I see I have three viewers. Yeah, yeah, no, I'm still. It's funny. As long as I have been doing Facebook Lives, um, the, I don't know why this feels new to me. I don't know if it's because I moved my little setup, and y'all all see my son in the background. Um, so if I change my setup, or if or if I okay. Ophelia is always my I can hear you clearly person. Thank you, Ophelia. Let me turn this around so my son don't have to keep showing up in my camera until I decide what I want to do. But I like my new setup of my office. Um, I'm freezing. Okay, so let me pull this up. Um, Hi, Malicia. Kisses to my baby. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Wednesday. Um, I've been getting excited about doing these Wednesday discussions, and I know for some people who may not be able to watch because they're at work, but you can always catch the replay. The replay is always going to be inside of the group. The replay is also going to be posted on YouTube. So if you're not on my YouTube channel, go over there and subscribe to it, and get the downloads. And I'm just excited to be able to come and share with you more, and a lot more things are going to be coming down the pipes, which means I got to get quiet for a little while to do some work in order to deliver to you over the coming months, especially as we go into the fall. Um, so I let's see. I just Let me start out. Hey Genevieve, hey Ophelia, hey Malicia, hey Darlene, hey Jessica. Where's the big hair? Well, Sunday was wash day, so the big hair, it'll be here probably the end of the week, next week, the big hair. But while it's after wash day, it sort of just hangs because I twisted it or whatever. But we ain't gonna talk about my big hair. But trust me, I didn't cut it. The big hair is still there. Um, so uh, I'm gonna have to chop some of this up because y'all know I be talking to y'all and I want to put it all nice and kind of nice on YouTube. But if I don't chop it up, it's okay. So hey, our YouTube family, if you are not a part of our group Doorway to Self-Love, we encourage you to click the link that's in the comments below. Come on over to Doorway to Self-Love. This is an amazing community where we focus on love, fulfillment of dreams and happiness and all that magical stuff, all that yummy stuff that makes us as women, us as phenomenal women, start to love on ourselves anymore and be unapologetic about it. So who am I? I am Tina C. Hines, Life Transformation Specialist, and I work with women who are emotionally paralyzed and ready to get unstuck and fulfilling their dreams of happiness. And this amazing work that you allow me to do allows me to take you on amazing retreat experiences where you can start your healing journey, although you should be starting your healing journey at home. Also offer you workshops and offer you private sessions, healing sessions, as well as oracle card readings and coaching. So I am excited that all of you decided to show up for yourselves, not for me, but you showed up for yourself on Wisdom Wednesday. Wisdom Wednesday is, I'll say it's sort of a branch off from our intimate conversations that we usually have. We used to have it weekly on Sunday mornings, but now we're doing it the first Sunday of every month. So I wanted to still have an opportunity to connect with you, to share with you some messages, some thought-provoking messages, because everybody needs some thought-provoking messages, and also everybody needs to hear my straight no chaser in your face tone, as I keep hearing. You're like, you know, that's straight no chaser. That's why you've been seeing a lot of images that say straight no chaser, because a lot of this, these thoughts that sit up in here, when people do or say certain things, I'll be like, yeah, let me just give you something that's straight no chaser, and we can move on, okay? So you're learning a little bit of my colloquialisms, is that the right word, y'all? That I'm going to be using, and also just being able to share messages with you, also encourage and inspire you as you begin to make shifts in your life. The one thing I recognize that is that, you know, I'm going to talk about your thoughts creating your reality. Ophelia's like looking. I'm going to talk about your thoughts creating your reality, and that's the topic today. Because many times we think, I don't want to know, I don't want to say we, all I can say is me. When I think about what I desire to attract in my life, rarely do I think about what I don't want. Okay? So sometimes we can ask somebody a question, be like, Tawana, what do you want to eat today? I don't know, but I don't want this, and I don't want that, and I don't want this, I don't want chicken, I don't want rice, I don't want steak, I don't want, and you just keep going back and forth for what you don't want, instead of being specific of what it is that you do want. What do you want to attract in your life? What do you desire to have? What are you willing to speak into existence? So, my opening quote is, we can always change our thinking as we learn to consistently choose positive thoughts. The old negative thoughts fade away. The old negative ones fade away. Let me rephrase this. Let me look. I got to have my cheat-in notes because I want to make sure that I get some clear and concise points to you. Louise Hay. We can always change our thinking as we learn to consistently choose positive thoughts. The old negative ones fade away. As we learn to consistently, see, y'all, some of y'all be inconsistent. You be like, I want this, but I know it ain't gonna happen. I think I can do this, but I'm not too sure. Y'all letting doubt and fear, you know, have that little relationship in your head, and you're telling yourself you're incapable. So here's the $1,000 question. Why choose to focus on negative thinking versus positive? And if you're choosing to focus on negative thinking, how does it help you live a more harmonious life? How does it help you live a harmonious life? Because if we consistently walk around thinking negative, thinking what's not going to happen, or creating stories in our head, I'm going to get to that in a minute, that's how we live every single day of our lives. So what does that cause? That causes some agita. It causes little heart palpitations, gives you a little twitching, gives you a migraine headache, because all you can see is the not so positive. See, I've gotten so much in the habit of changing my words that I'm hoping it'll rub off on some people. All you can see is the negative, or as I say it, the not so positive situations in your life. Let me ask you this. I want you to say it. I want you to say it with me. Okay, everybody say it with me. some negative shit has happened in my life. For those people who don't curse, you can say stuff. Some negative shit has happened in my life. That's a gut punch, right? That felt hurtful. You felt the negativity of whatever that shit was that happened in your life. Am I right? Okay, so let's switch it up a little bit. Some not so positive shit has happened in my life. Does that feel a little bit different? Does it have the same dig as you saying the word negative? Because when I hear some not so positive shit has happened in my life, I focus on, okay, when that not so positive shit was happening and I came out of it, was there positive at the end of it? Or when I kept saying some negative shit happened in my life, did I find myself still sitting and simmering in the negative? I just want you to grab one thing, and just shift the words up of how you've been speaking it to yourself. I like that too, Genevieve, challenging. Even when we use, it's all in the words. We say something, oh, Genevieve, that's hard. I don't know how to do it. And your body just goes limp. I can't. I don't know how. I don't know who. But then you say, oh, that's a challenge. And see, everybody's down for a challenge. Most people are not down for anything that's going to seem hard. So you have to change the words, because challenge makes you lean in like, we about to go. Hard makes you lean back and be like, yeah, I ain't doing that. Because we all guilty. I know I ain't alone. Am I alone? I'm not alone. I feel you, that's hard. I ain't doing that, girl. Nope, I'm just going to tap out right now. I'm going to be done with it. So, here's something interesting that perhaps you never thought about. And I didn't think about it either. There are 3 buckets in life. 3 buckets. Things we control, things we influence, and things over which we have no control. Things we control, things we influence, and things of which we have no control. Things we control. What is not under our control are the many random events in life. The families we born into. Y'all know some of us want to change some of them, right? Oh, it's just me, sorry. Earthquakes, pandemic, this place we sitting in right now that we wish that we can control, but we don't got no damn control over. Yeah, we all there. All depends on how you thinking about it. Illness, job, layoff, the death of a loved one. How many times you said, if I could just have one more time, if I could just say one more thing, if I just had one more moment. But you got so many of those moments. Fires, car accidents, that's just a few. These are circumstances we experience and events that we are aware of, but we have no control over it. So we have to be willing to flow through them. Then there's the things we influence. We influence other living things with our actions. I'm going to use some of y'all as an example for this one. I don't know how this might play out. Somebody may roll their head or roll their eyes. Might play out a little weird, okay? Let's say, let's just, for kicks and giggles, Genevieve and Ophelia's at a party. They chilling. They alright. Darlene walks in and cases the joint. Be like, alright. So, for some reason, Darlene decides to walk up to Genevieve and smack her in the face. Now, there might be some reactions that Genevieve might have. They're in her control. Genevieve may smile at Darlene, or Genevieve may punch or smack the shit out of Darlene. One of the two is happening. And no one can determine how the response is going to happen except Genevieve. And at the end, in the turning point, Darlene could decide to run away. But both of them had control over what happened. Darlene had control of her emotions or whatever was the trigger to walk into a room where everybody was joyous and smack Genevieve. And Genevieve had the option of, I'm going to maintain my composure until I get your ass outside, or I'm just going to react immediately, and this is not going to be a smiling situation. One of the two is going to happen. Things we influence. Things we have no control over. What we control, oh, I think I wrote this wrong. What we control and where we really start to create our reality is how we perceive, interpret, and think about life events in our life that generate our feelings, and how we subsequently respond, Ophelia thought that was funny, to the behavior. No one can choose your thoughts or actions. Those are yours alone. Where do you sometimes find yourself? In a space of things you control? In a space of things you influence? Or in a space of where you have control, no control? Where do you find yourself? Where you control, things you influence, or where you have no control? One of the things in my reading today I discovered was that the brain has selective filtering system, often referred to as priming. Everybody write priming in the comments. It works on an activation-inhibition model when the brain is primed by a certain belief to look for something. It shuts down competing neural networks, so you actually have a hard time seeing evidence to the contrary of an already existing belief. Here's a perfect example. If anybody has ever experienced depression, put the number 1 in the comments. If you've ever experienced depression, put the number 1 in the comments. When you're someone who has experienced depression, in the early stages of it, all you can see is everything feeling or looking depressed. That's all you can see. Everything, it could be the most beautiful flower. You may notice the most limpest, wilting petal. You just can't, hey, Punch, where you been, girl? You just can't see nothing positive. You can see a baby laughing, and you, in your mind, your depressed state is like, what you so happy for? Couples living their best life. Why they so happy? Why she get him? Why he get her? Why they get the promotion? You can't see positivity when you are in a depressed state, because you're trying to sort out what's going on inside of here, understanding what was the trigger for the depression. Why am I depressed? And sometimes it's like, I don't even care about that, but something is here. And sometimes when you are in a depressed state, how you are viewing things and situations are true for you, because you're in a depressed state. So how you view it, be like, yeah, they ain't, you're depressed because you went through a bad relationship and you broke up. They ain't really happy. They faking the funk. They're not really happy. You depressed because you didn't get the promotion that somebody else somebody else in your building got it. I ain't want the job anyway. You start telling yourself all these negative, not so positive words. And what's even more interesting is this. Most people don't realize they are participating in creating their own version of truth. I didn't want that job. But you worked hard for it. Took a certification for it. You trained people. You learned new things. Oh, shit, wait a minute. You applied for the job. And now all of a sudden you didn't want that job? No, that's your depressed state talking and trying to make it into a truth. But when you were going into expressing your interest for the job, you realized what it could mean. Yes, more responsibility, but perhaps it gave you an increase in vacation time, an increase in pay, additional benefits, opportunity to travel, a company car, whatever it is, it gave you something that triggered like, I want that job. And in an instant, when somebody else got it, I didn't want that job. It's like, I'm gut punching y'all today. It's like the boo thing. You know, relationships are seasons sometimes. Some of them seasons are long as hell. And some of those seasons is just like, ooh, the sex was good, thank you, move on. Straight no chaser, y'all. But soon as you see that other person with someone else, you start thinking some negative shit. He ain't all that. She ain't all that. They ain't all that. You ain't know the so-and-so and so-and-so. Oh, wait a minute. Here's one. I even just said it. Guilty of it. No harm, no thing. But I was just like, woo, I dodged a bullet there. Instead of thinking about the season that the two of you were together, the moments that you shared that were enjoyable, and recognizing that your season simply came to an end. So hard for some people to wish their former significant other well, in order to do what, girl, guy, whatever. I hope you find somebody who can make you happy. I hope you find somebody who will fulfill whatever void that may be missing in your life. I hope you do that. The reason why you want to hope they do that is because you want it. Your thoughts create your reality. Let me tell y'all a story. Y'all know I got stories for days because my story's always comical. So when I was, when I was living in New Jersey, I would often have either a game night or more so a Christmas party. I would have a Christmas Eve gathering at my condo. Nothing big, nothing fancy, just my cool people. We be cackalaacking, playing different games, playing taboo, great food, playing questions, you name it, we came up with something. And one year, I'm in the bedroom, and one of my friends comes in the bedroom, and she goes, Tina, yeah? So-and-so is here. Oh, okay, good. You okay with that? I'm like, well, yeah, I invited them. Okay. Go out. We had stuff set up in different rooms of the house. She come back in. Tina, so-and-so is here. And he brought somebody with him. Oh, good, I've been waiting to meet her. Third time. Now, I know some of y'all thinking, Tina crazy. Third time. Tina, do you know that so-and-so is here? I was like, oh yeah, I got somebody I want to introduce him to. Tina, you crazy. No, I'm not. Here's my thing. When I part ways with someone, rarely, I might got one or two, is it on bad terms. More than likely, our season had come to an end. Or as I like to keep saying, Grandma Jenny kicked their asses out of here. That's my story. I was thinking, Grandma Jenny was like, okay, you done. Move on. She got work to do. And it never bothered me. And I always felt that there was someone, I don't necessarily want to say better, but there was someone who met their needs where they were at that time. Because we all change. And let me just be clear, everybody wasn't going to be down with this whole magical side of me. Everybody's not in that space. Okay? So, and y'all, I'm over my 30 minutes, but I'm going to finish it up. So, I'm cool with a lot of my exes. Because that's just me. That's my personality. I don't wish you no ill, harm, whatever. You know, I want you to be happy, because guess what? I want to be happy too. And I can't wish for you not to be happy and think that I'm going to be happy. Karma's a bitch, and I don't want it to come back to me in that form. Just some food for thought. That's why I always say release people with love. I'm going to have to love you from back here, but I release you. And I hope you get whatever it is you desire. All right, let's move on. So, let's see. What you take in from the environment through your belief filter becomes your self-concept. Your self-concept is made up of I am beliefs about who you are presently, and I can beliefs about who you are capable of being in the future. From these I am and I can statements, you create stories and narratives about who you are that you tell yourself and other people all day long. I am not good enough. I am not lovable. I cannot do it. I am not worthy. I am not deserving. We tell ourselves that. Flip side, I am smart. I am capable. I can achieve my goals. One of them puts you down and keeps you down, keeps you paralyzed, and the other one lifts you up, starts positioning you, puts people in front of you, and catapults you to where you desire to be. Which do you choose? Which do you choose? You're the main character in your story, and you write the script based on your self-concept that is largely self-created. So here's a question, and a post is going to drop in a group. I don't want you to be hasty about it. I want you to give it some thought before you write your response. But this is everybody's homework assignment. Yes, every Wednesday y'all get homework assignments, and it's posted in the group. You want coaching? This is how you're getting it. I'm dripping it to you in bite-sized pieces. Everybody ready for the homework? Right, ready. When you find the post in the group, it's going to drop in about 2 more minutes. But I want you to really think about this. What positive affirmation can you create and say daily? And I got a surprise for you if you do it. As you create it, I want you to do a couple of things. Hi, Robin. Be intentional with your words. Don't just be all willy-nilly. My affirmation is this, because if I know you and your affirmation is a little shady, I'm gonna make you write another one. If your affirmation is good, I'm gonna do something, because I want you to be sure you see it all the time. Consciously choose words that will reflect a positive mindset. So here's the assignment. What positive affirmation can you create and say daily? As you create it, be intentional with your words and consciously choose words that will reflect a positive mindset. Because we all about shifting. Let me read this closing quote, and then I'm going to say something and I'm going to let everybody go. Because y'all know it's lunchtime and I don't play. Today's thoughts create your future. I am in charge. Healing is making yourself whole. When you decide to shift your thoughts, you are choosing to heal. My sister, you are worthy and deserving of healing. This is what I know to be true. And I know it to be true because this journey that many of you are on, I've been on it. Guess what? It doesn't end, so guess I'm still on it. And as you allow yourself to experience the transformation, as you allow yourself to infuse more positivity in your life, you will notice how your life will be different. That's why I consistently say, you're going to have to release some people with love because they are not where you are going. They're not there. They're not ready. And it is not your job to drag them along with you. You got your own baggage you're trying to release. Why do you want to carry somebody else's? Your thoughts create your reality. Say that your thoughts create your reality. It don't create somebody else's. It doesn't create your children's, your significant others, your bosses, your team. It only creates your reality. What do you want that reality to be? What do you want it to look like? And better yet, what are you willing to do? That's Genevieve's favorite word. That's non-negotiable to get it. What are you willing to do that's non-negotiable in order to get it? One of the things that, and I got, like I said, I'm working on something coming. But one of the questions when I'm working with you all, we have a private session, and you struggle with making a commitment, not to me, but to yourself to continue the work. I always question, like, well, do you think it's going to get better or worse when you don't do the work? And at what expense are you willing to allow it to get better or worse? And everybody who put the number 1 for the depression, if you're not willing to work on it, is it going to get better or worse? Sitting at home, trying to wish it away, it's not helping it get better. You're there with your thoughts by yourself. I can do this. I got it. I've done it for other people. No, baby, it's different when you're doing it for yourself. The work is different. So you got your homework assignment. I challenge each and every one of you to do it. I don't want you, rephrase that. Give yourself some grace to allow exactly what you're feeling to roll off your fingertips as you write it. The assignment is really not as complicated as you probably made it up in your head. So just allow your pen to flow. And whatever comes off of it, that's the space you need to be in the next 90 days of speaking it into existence. Of living and breathing it, whatever that affirmation is. You may want to come up with multiple ones. Don't push yourself, girl, because I feel some of y'all already. Just one. Give yourself one that you can put on the mirror, that you can have posted in your car, that just repetitively seeing it, to speak it into existence. If this message spoke to you, write a comment in the group. Create a post in the group so the other people who may have missed the discussion can take an opportunity to watch it. I appreciate you allowing me to share with you. Fills my tank. So I want to wish you all a wonderful Wisdom Wednesday, and I will see you next week. Take care.